Hey everybody, I'm here today to release a 1stacker that I recently built that I think is pretty cool. The goal was to design a too-high 1stacker that used a small amount of TNT. And I think I've accomplished that goal. The main power here is only 7 high and it goes a full buffer length and then some. The unique thing about this cannon is it actually aligns from the left rather than the right, which most cannons do. Another thing you'll see here is I have the sand, or in this case gravel, being pushed in as an entity rather than having the piston in this block and being pushed in here. The reason you don't want it being pushed in here as a block and then dropping, but you want it to be pushed here and then drop down and pushed again as an entity, is because that way the sand will get aligned by the piston. If it gets pushed into the barrel as a block, it's basically going to be aligned in the center of the barrel rather than to the right or left, depending on which side you put the piston. And that's important for shooting east and west. Right now it's facing north-south, so that wouldn't be an issue, but I wanted it to be a versatile cannon as well. So, we got the alignment set up, we got the sand set up here to push in, and also push it in as an entity so it gets right aligned. And the timing on this piston is of course a little bit temperamental because it's so close to this trap door, which stops the main power from shooting further by the booster. And this design, rather than having the scatter here as a separate block from the sand, allows for the best possible case of exposure so that we can use less power to go a further distance. So, let's TNT fill. I think, yeah, that's empty. And then I will show you how far it goes. So here we have a test wall. Let's make this. Alright, so there we have it. It's firing. Alright, so now let's see how far it goes. I have some walls set up at the very end of this 160 wall buffer. Alright, so that's the end of 160 walls. And it will actually go even further than that. I think it goes to about here. Yep, there we go. And then we should get another shot here shortly. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's where the sand gets stuck. So if we go and count that, it's 25 chunks. Using .84 powder. So that's not bad, so I think that's a fairly economical 1stacker. And the reason you would want a 1stacker that is too high is so that you can put a rev lefty behind it and shoot through it. And to do that, you would obviously have to modify this booster here, but you can do that fairly easily. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release the schematic for the cannon in this configuration, but then go through showing you how to modify it to use with a 2-high rev lefty. And the button's going to be cut off on the schematic, but I'm sure you'll figure out how to put a button on the cannon, hopefully. Otherwise, there is no hope. So, let's modify this a little bit to be used with a rev lefty. And that might actually work. You'll have to use a sponge, of course. Yep, that works. Like I was saying, you'll have to use a sponge, of course, for this redstone here. Or you can just, you know, pretend that's where the rev left is coming in at. And then just add the stairs on both sides. And then you're golden. You just keep pushing the button. And keep 1stacking. Alrighty. So yeah, the link for downloading the schematic of the first configuration I showed you will be in the description. Enjoy. Leave a like if you liked it. I do plan on doing some other cannon videos. I'm working on a cannon right now that I think will be pretty interesting, that I will release a modified version of. The goal is a rev left cannon that can slab bust. So that's what I'm working on now. So that might be in a future video. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Have fun.